Can we just look at my makeup for a second? I used eyeshadow on my cheeks. I'm not sure if that's ideal, but I look good. Hello, my coyotes and roadrunners. Welcome back to my channel. Why am I in a snappy mood today? For this video, I'm going to test out two different fast food franchises and compare it to competitors. So let's get into it. Now, the first subject I'm going to touch on is Starbucks. Let me just get comfortable for a sec because I'm going to be talking for a long time. Starbucks is a cafe franchise that is popularized in the Americas. I reckon. Why pay money on the daily for something that you can make just as easily at home for a much lower cost? Which is why Starbucks was the most hesitant place to go to. But first, we need to compare it to homemade coffee, which is pretty popular here in Australia, especially in Melbourne. And also the fact that the Frappuccinos is like 60% milk and like 10% coffee. I'm not sure if their numbers add up, but whatever. But I ended up just making standard coffee. I don't know how to make a homemade Frappuccino. But I tried to make it work. This is when I get impulsive. I just put milk into a container, chuck in some Milo, yeah, sure, whatever, shake it up a bit as if that'll do anything, and pour it into the already milked coffee. On the positive side, it had a really nice flavour to it. I could taste the cinnamon I sprinkled on top of it, and it was really rich. I even boosted my mood a bit more. By the way, I'm also going to compare the actual food individually. So I rate homemade coffee 5 stars. Pretty good coffee. Now, time for the real deal, the cream of the crop. I don't feel comfortable. I have to catch the bus, and unlike the river, which is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week service, I sort of have to take the bus at a desired time. Then again, I have all the time in the world, so if I miss the first bus, what difference would that make? There's something on your face, dear. I'm not sure what's happening. I think I got up at the right one. Oh my god. Okay, run. I made it! I'm such a dick. Anyways. Oh my god. Okay. I am not going to actually record inside because I might get kicked out, but I'm just going to tell you what I ordered and I'll be right back with you in a second, okay? Cool. Anyways, I walked into Starbucks and before I walked in there, I honestly thought it was going to be more of a fast food vibe, which is the interpretation I got from Starbucks. It has a drive-through, but it's actually a cafe. I did not know that. Earlier in that day, my friend recommended the bagels from Starbucks, which is exactly what I didn't get. Instead, I'm sorry friend, I got a caramel slice instead. because I really wanted the caramel frappuccino, but to compare best as possible, I just got the normal coffee. Anyway, so I did some math homework in the cafe. The waiter who served me the frappuccino is real nice. The caramel slices, average, 3 stars, and the coffee, the frappuccino, no, no, no. Okay, here's my first reaction. Bro. What the heck, this is actually good! It was good. Better than I expected. Of course, Starbucks, its trademark is its coffee and its tea. It has to be good, right? Which it is good. But the only scenario I would go to Starbucks is if I was passing by. I wanted a beverage and a little treat. There was no other cafes around. There's nothing inherently bad with Starbucks. Like, the concept is fine. It's just that this ruins Australian coffee culture, Melburnian coffee culture. I'm giving the drink 4 stars, but homemade is the win. Now, this next place I've only gone to like, what, 3 times in my life, and I've had it so long ago, I don't even remember what I had. I don't even think I had a burger the last time I went. I had a slushie there. Oh, I just remembered. I went to Hungry Jack's recently, just for the chips though. Chips are difficult to get wrong. If you can't do chips, there's a problem with your restaurant, honey. But the chips were average, just as standard chips. I wanted chips and Hungry Jack's was there, so I got chips. Other than that, I've never had anything from Hungry Jack's in a long time. So in this video, I decided to test it out, and since we're doing a little comparison thing, I'm going to compare it to its biggest competitor, McDonald's. Let's talk about the latter first. Unfortunately, my camcorder broke while recording me going to Macca's and the whole spiel, so we're just gonna cut forward to when I actually eat the damn thing. I just realised this isn't the first time I ate Macca's on this channel. People complain about the size of the patty, and I agree, but since there's 2 of them, I guess it sort of makes sense to make them a bit smaller here. But they're the same size in the cheeseburgers and the quarter pounders, which is my usual burger order. I love the burgers, so I'm not sure why I haven't tried this. Deja vu.
I think I had this once before, actually.
Yes. I wanted to compare it to McDonald's because, well, they're rivals, and 2, they have fairly similar things. So if I get the most popular or most iconic or the brand thing, the stuff that they advertise in the ads, let me just simplify it for you, for the dummies at the back. I know I'm one of them too. The Hungry Jack's Whopper is what they advertise in their ads, the Whopper, and the Big Mac. Those are the 2 main burgers of the places. And I wanted an actual meal, so I searched up on Google what's the most iconic or most popular or the best McDonald's drink is. Took me to Reddit, typically, and apparently the caramel frappuccino was the best. I only go to fast food restaurants once a month or every other week or something like that. So whenever I have McDonald's, I get pretty intimidated. Like, I need to enjoy myself. I need to take my time. This is a once in a week opportunity. Take your time. But at the same time, the burger's falling apart. But first, I'll just let you see what eating the Big Mac is like. Oh my god. The burger's falling apart. And I've only taken 2 bites out of it. Maybe if they put in a skewer or 2, I don't know. So I wanted to take my time while it was falling apart at a rapid pace, and I felt like I was in an electric chair. It was such a stimulating feeling. I could feel myself getting fuller and fuller with each bite, and I was not enjoying it at all. Oh, I can taste the butter that they put on the bun. I didn't even know they put that on there. It's not like they need it. I'm getting a glass of water. I still have some of this to go, but I need a glass of water. I give the Big Mac. You know what? It's good for the money. I think it was only what, $7, so better than nothing. I'm giving it a 3 star. The caramel frappuccino, on the other hand, it wasn't a frappuccino. Unlike Starbucks, which still had that nutty coffee, caffeine, cocoa bean taste to it, this, it was basically just milk, sugar, caramel flavoring, no coffee. I could not taste the coffee at all. The flavor was there, but it wasn't even strong enough. 1 star. 4 days later, on the Friday, after school, I went for an extra long walk to Hungry Jack. I'd like to keep it on, please. So I'm here to interrupt myself because I could not be bothered sifting through 20 more minutes of footage. So I'm going to make this real short and sweet. The second place I went to was Hungry Jack's, which, according to my mum, knockoff of McDonald's, doesn't recommend it. According to my nanu, tastes like cardboard. And I was surprised when I got the Hungry Jack. I was surprised when I got the Hungry Jack's Whopper. Just the Whopper. And I genuinely enjoyed it. Like it was nice and juicy. The patty was big. It didn't leave me feeling disgusting. I didn't feel like I was like held captive and forced to eat it. You know, I was enjoying it. And it was just better than I thought it was. You know, everybody else who told me about Hungry Jack burgers is that they got bad orders. Like they did not, like it just wasn't good quality food. I went to Hungry Jack's about a month later to see if I'd get like a different quality order. It was the same quality. It was still amazing, but it just, so I might have to go a third time to see if it's actually bad or not. Anyways, the last place, actually I think that's all the places I went to. Anyway, that's all for today's episode. The reason why this video was all over the place is because I lost motivation to do this, and I just spent a whole month or so procrastinating. But don't worry, it hasn't all gone to waste because I now that I'm recording this, it's not uploaded. But hopefully, by the time I post this video, the second episode of Royal Wallabies has gone out. Shameless plug. The first 2 episodes of Royal Wallabies is, I look back at it and I cringe, so it's pretty cringy. So I'm currently script writing this third episode, and not really cringy, just not really well stapled together. So I'm gonna make the third episode even better than the first and the second episode combined. Still really technically good with, you know, nice effects and green screens and removing the backgrounds and whatnot, but hopefully the acting will be a lot better instead of me just reading the script as I say it, which is not professional acting. So yeah. Anyways, I've been talking a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever video that may be. Bye.